Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We are live today, Monday. Welcome, 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 welcome to everyone. We have a very interesting topic today. I hope you're all ready. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Coach Lola Owokoniran YouTube channel, where we talk all things personal finance, where we empower you to build wealth, leave a legacy, and most importantly, live purposefully. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate you all. Now, if this is your first time seeing my beautiful face for the first time, you're so welcome. To my returning viewers, special thanks to you as well. And if you're part of this community, my subscribers, my followers on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, thank you for always showing up and doing the work. Yes, doing the work, taking the contents I put out there and doing the work week after week. Thank you so much. And I pray that you begin to see the results and enjoy the fruits that come forth from it. Now, before we get started, please kindly go ahead. Yes, thank you. Please kindly go ahead and like this video, like this video, like this video, like this video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, thank you so much. Like this video. Share this with someone you care about, someone you want to inspire, someone you know needs this information today. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. It's going to be an awesome session today. And share this video, share this video. We are live on Instagram as well as YouTube. YouTube, the link is always available for you to go back and replay, rewatch any time of the day. And please do also subscribe and follow me on all social media platforms if you're yet to. Let's support one another on this journey, okay? And turn on your notifications bell as well. The more thumbs up we get on this video, the more the algorithms help us push our content or my content out to those that really need it. So the buttons are free. So please use them. Thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, 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 share. Because when we move together, we succeed together, we excel together, we win together, most importantly. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now let me ask you a question. If you're joining us, do well to as we go on to this conversation, any questions, any comments, use the comment section. Use the comment section. Drop your thoughts, drop your insights, your experiences, your questions. I do love some good engagements on this channel. So I really, really would love to hear from you at any point in time you join us on this conversation, either during the conversation or after or midway. Just drop a comment or just say hello and I'll say hello back, you know. Thank you so much. So let me ask you something real quick. I always have to ask you a question, you know. That's how we get this started. That's how we get our conversations going. But question for you all, how many of us are working, you know, we're working or we have a business we're running, we put in our all, we're working really hard, but we don't see any financial progress. It's not substantial. It's not, we're not where we want to be yet. Money is coming in. We're making the money, we're earning the profits, we're earning the paycheck, but it's not staying. It's not staying or not growing. You don't have to comment on this, but if this is you, please stay on. Please stay on. Please stay on. If it's not you as well, please do stay on. And the truth is, this is not always an income problem. It's a knowledge problem. It's a strategy problem. It's a process problem. It's a structure problem because many people are buying things that they think are assets, that they think are valuable, that they think are sustainable items. But in reality of facts, they are liabilities. They don't hold value. And in today's economy, with the global impact of inflation, you cannot afford to get that wrong. So today, we are having a real conversation talking about what is an asset, what truly is an asset, what's a liability, or many of us know it as debts, and how to start making decisions, financial decisions that actually build wealth. Now, those decisions, you have to be intentional. You have to make conscious efforts around it. So please do well to stay with me on today's conversation. Stay with me. Don't drop off. Stay with me on today's conversation. We're going to shift how you see money, how you think of wealth, how you envision yourself, and your plan for the year. What tools are you using on this journey? So please, please, please stick with me on today's conversation. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. Now, before we talk about assets and liabilities, we need to define what exactly is wealth. What is wealth? What is wealth? Because many people are chasing money. We're chasing after money, the next paycheck, the next deal, the next contract. But we don't truly understand the word wealth. Wealth is not just how much money you make, you earn. Wealth is what you keep, what you own, what is to your name, what continues to grow even when you're not working, what is coming in passively without much effort on your side. True wealth is sustainability. Can you sustain it? Can it be built upon and passed on from one generation to the next? Can it outlive you? Wealth is security. Wealth is freedom. It's truly the ability to handle emergencies without panicking, without your back against the wall and you find yourself in a tight corner where you are forced to make, these decisions that could hurt you or hurt your wallet. It's the ability to make decisions without pressure. The ability to build something that outlives you for generations to come. That is true wealth. And this is why wealth matters. What legacy are you building today? Because without wealth, one unexpected event or emergency can shake everything. I mean, we're going through the government shutdown now. One missed paycheck creates stress for many of us. One bad decision sets you back months, years back. But with wealth, you have options. You have more flexible. You have peace. You have the ability to serve and to be served as well. But most importantly, you have the ability to serve, to give back, to build legacy. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22, a good person leaves an inheritance, not just for themselves, not for the Bible didn't say for me, for you, leaves that inheritance for their children's children. So for God himself to be thinking about generations after you, just like he did with Abraham in the Bible, asking him to count the stars. That is wealth. And he has given you and I the ability to create it, as it's written in the book of Deuteronomy. The power to create wealth is in us. So we have to start thinking about wealth as outliving us, not just for our now, not just for our today, but building for generations, children yet unborn. That is wealth. Now let's simplify the terms assets and liability. Let's simplify it here. And if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us on today's topic. Yes, we are discussing a very heavy topic today. We're discussing a very heavy topic today, talking about what really an asset is versus a liability. The wealth secrets. What is an asset? What is a liability? And how do we put them together? How do we build them together without, how do we build wealth the right way? Buy more assets than liability. So but don't let me get ahead of myself onto this conversation. An asset, what is an asset? Let's look at that. What is an asset? Let's consider that today. So an asset puts money into your wallet. That's just what it is. Puts money into your wallet. A liability takes money out of your wallet. A liability takes. It doesn't stop. That's it. Examples of assets are investments, rental properties, stocks, businesses, income producing accounts. Those are assets. Physical things like gold, not just in the stocks, but also physical gold, land. Those are assets. Not a car. No. Because those things depreciate over time. Literally, as soon as you drive up the parking lot, the value of that asset drops. If you purchase a car for $40,000 today or $10,000 today, by the time you drive out of the parking lot of the dealership and you bring it back, you're not going to sell it back to them for the same price. No, it doesn't work that way. The value depreciates. They do not hold their value. Examples of liabilities are car payments, loans, your debts. Either it's a high interest rate debt or a low interest rate debt. Loans, debts, things that lose value so quickly. Expenses that don't generate income, those are liabilities. Your day-to-day expenses, how do you pay for them? The credit cards, those are liabilities. The IOUs, the loans, those are liabilities. And here's where people get confused. Just because you own something does not mean it's an asset. Something looks good, but it's quietly draining your account. Just because you own it does not mean it's an asset. So we have to make sure that we know the clear distinction there between assets and liabilities. Now, why do people confuse liabilities for assets? Let's talk more deeper into this. And let's consider a few reasons why we tend to mix those two terms back and forth. Let's talk about this really, honestly. Number one, social pressure. Social pressure. We live today in a world where appearances are rewarded. People feel pressure to look the part, to play the part, to look successful, to keep up with the Joneses, to prove something. So they go out of their way, they buy things that look like wealth, look fancy, but they are not in actual fact building wealth. Many people are charged up on credit cards from head to toe, from the clothes they wear to the shoes, even to the car they drive. They don't own. It's all debts. So the social pressure, the demand, this is one of the reasons why people confuse assets with wealth. Secondly, lack of financial education. which is one of the main reasons why I started this channel. The lack of financial education, the lack of of understanding finances, of understanding the true facts behind it. Many people were never taught this. You can go to school, get your degree, your master's, your PhDs, and the income. Become, graduate top of your class and still not understand how money works. Many people are still living paycheck to paycheck. About 60% of adults today do not understand how money works. And for the past 2 years, that number has not reduced. So you do what you see others doing. That is what many of us are doing. That is a mentality of what many of us are living by. And guess what? We have the next generation looking out to us. And what is going to happen? They're going to gradually transition and take on that habit if we're not careful. So we have to change. We have to become more aware and make sure that we are making intentional decisions, creating and developing intentional habits around our finances, which takes me to the next point here: emotional spending. Emotional spending. Sometimes it's not logic. Sometimes, many times, our emotions control how we spend our money. I'm hungry. What do I feel like eating? I don't have it at home. Okay, let me go out and eat. Let's go out and eat. Let's go dine out. Let's go down the street and grab a bite on credit cards. I think I deserve this. I've worked 40 hours this week. I worked overtime. Yes, I need to go buy me that Gucci bag or that fancy car. I did well this year. I need that upgrade. I need this to feel better. Our emotions are controlling how we spend our money. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying life, no, that's not it. That's not what I'm saying. But there's time for everything. If every reward becomes a liability, it slows your progress. How do you grow wealth? How do you create wealth? If you're letting your emotions lead how you spend money, it's not possible. If every reward becomes a liability, it's going to slow your progress down. So this is a real talk. Let's be honest with ourselves and how we are spending, how we are connecting with our money, our relationships with our money. And number 4 talks about short-term thinking. We focus on the now instead of later. We ask ourselves, can I afford the payment? Instead of, is this building my future? When you're about to go sign those loan documents on that car, on that house, on that credit card to apply for it, ask yourself, is this purchase or this agreement or contract going to build my future? Can I afford the payment? Many of us don't ask ourselves that question. We just make decisions based on the now, the current situation we find ourselves in. So why should you buy assets? Why should you buy assets? Why assets? Why do we want to focus so much on assets versus our liabilities? Why is it such a good thing to own them? Let's talk about the power of assets, which is really the core essence of today's conversation. The first major reason, especially with inflation today, is because of appreciation. Appreciation, APPRECIATION. Not appreciation as in thank you, no. assets that can grow in value over time. Assets that can grow in value over time. You buy something at one value and over time it increases. The value of that asset increases for you. That growth adds to your net worth, your value, your wealth. Let me give you a real life example of appreciation. Let's say you bought a property today for example, $200,000 and use it in your currency, wherever where you're listening to me. You bought that property today, a house, a piece of land, a property, not a car now. Remember, cars lose their value. Those are not assets that appreciate. It could be it could be a house, a piece of land, stocks. Those are assets that appreciate. But in this example, I want to focus on a piece of property, a house. You buy a house today for $200,000. In this economy, if you find something like that, that's a steal. Now, you don't do anything extraordinary around it. You just hold it. Hold on to that house, and you see that over time, the area, the surroundings develops. The demand for more properties increase in that environment, in that neighborhood. And after a few years, that same property is now what? It could be what, about 300,000. It has appreciated by $100,000 extra. If you were to sell that property years down from then, you are walking out of that deal with $100,000 in your name. That is a part of your wealth. That is appreciation. You didn't work extra hours for that money. You didn't trade more time for it. You acquired that piece of asset. The asset increased in value, and that increase added to your net worth. Now, imagine if you owned multiple assets like that over time, a piece of land, a piece of stock. Just think about it. Bits and pieces scattered around. Just imagine that. Now, that's how wealth quietly grows in the background without much effort. But you have to sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice your now, that instant gratification of what you're feeling or what you think you need at that moment, to build towards that, to acquire those assets, so that 5 years from now, 3 years from now, you smile to the bank, you are happy with your, what you sacrificed to acquire that piece of wealth. The second thing I do want us to consider, looking at why do we want to buy assets, is the rule of compounding. This one is one of the most powerful wealth tools that everyone should be leveraging, most especially if you own a high yield savings account or you're into investments, mutual funds, stocks. Make sure you are leveraging this tool. Your money begins to grow, and then that growth, that increase you earn on your money, grows as well. So it's like double dipping. That's the way I see it. It's like double dipping on your money. So anywhere you're putting your money today, if you're not seeing adequate growth that is at least close to the inflation rates today, you might want to move that money. That small, consistent investment you're putting in that account over time will multiply for you and become very much significant in amount. $5 here, $20 there, $50 there. Just keep putting it in there. 1,000 naira here, 1,000 pounds there, 50 pounds there. Put it in there with your goal in mind of how you want to use that money in the future. Now let's see an example here. So let's say, for example, you invest $5,000 and it grows at an average rate of 7% per year. Think about that. After the first year, you earn interest on your $5,000, say $700, just for ease of money. I mean, ease of numbers. But in the second year, you are not just earning interest on your original $5,000 anymore. Now you're earning interest on your original $5,000 plus that interest of $700 that you already made. So the second year, you're earning interest on $5,700. Now your money is working and your growth is growing. Over 10 years, think about that. If you just lock in that $5,000 there and say, you know what, I'm just going to leave this money here. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do anything with it. That $5,000 can grow to be around $10,000 for you over 10 years at 7%. And that's without adding anything extra. Without adding anything extra. Now imagine if you consistently invest over time. That's how people build wealth steadily, passively, without lifting a finger, without pressure, without stress, effortlessly, passively. That is one of the ways you can increase your wealth. Liabilities, all they do is take from you. A credit card of $5,000 can become $20,000 because of the rate of 22% interest rate on it. That's how the credit card companies make their money. That's what keeps them in business. Liabilities, the loans, they take from you. Assets, on the other hand, grow for you. They work for you. They are in your favor. And the more you understand this, the more control you have over your financial future. And no one can take that from you. No one can take that from you. So we have to have a good understanding around this and make sure that we have the right tools. It's one thing to understand, it's one thing to be ready, but what tools are you using and how consistent are you with depositing money in that investment to enjoy that appreciation in your investment, as well as the compounding? When you start an investment, are you going back to take out of it, or you're letting that money just sit there and work for you, which is very, very important. So you have to understand this and make sure that you are not being controlled. You are controlling and building your own wealth, and you take hold of your financial future. The government will not do that for you. Your church will not do that for you. Your family will not do that for you. You have to work on that. You have to be, make up your mind and say, you know what, this year, I'm going to redefine my finances. I'm going to re-strategize. I'm going to have a system in place. I'm going to have a structure in place. And you do it the right way, without bending any rules, without any shortcuts. It will take sacrifice, but with determination, you will succeed. Now, the third reason why we really, really, really need to consider buying assets is what we all always say, or we've seen on social media many times: wealth building. We all want to be wealth builders, right? But what tools are you using to build the wealth? What are you using? How are you building? Assets increase your net worth. What assets are in your name? Liabilities, on the other hand, they reduce your net worth. They take from you. It drains you. Every financial decision is either moving you forward or holding you back. Which decision are you going to make today? Are you going to make a decision that will move you and your family, your business forward today? Or are you going to make a decision that will hold you back years to come? You're still paying on those credit cards, still paying on that vacation trip, still paying on that credit card. There's no neutral, there's no middle ground around this. You have to make a decision. Wealth building happens over time. The wealth formula, you need time. You need a good place earning you good interest rate that can, if possible, be tax free. If possible, beat inflation. And then you need money, of course. So, where are you putting your money today? How are you building your wealth? Will generations to come thank you for that? With your future self, meaning 5 years from now, that sacrifice you make today, maybe denying yourself of going shopping. I mean, we're approaching Easter right now. A lot of the shopping malls and vendors will be running different specials and deals out there. How willing are you willing? How strong, how intentional, how determined are you willing to say no to that next purchase? So let's make sure that we are thinking about all this before we make any financial decision. Wealth building happens over time when your assets are growing for you consistently. You are growing, you are acquiring more, left, right, center, trying different things, having multiple streams of income, building assets in three multiple buckets. So let's say for example, you start investing $300 every month. Just an example, nothing dramatic. Just again, the consistency behind it is what matters. The consistency. And if you can do 300, if it's $50 you can start with, do it. If you start in the month of March, I mean, we're approaching April now. If you start in the month of April, every month putting in $50 in an account. I'm not even considering any interest rate right now or the stocks. No. That is about 10, no, that's about 8 months, 8 to 9 months of money. That is about $450 in your name that you didn't start with in January. Just put in $50 every month. If you do that for a year, $50, that's $600 in your name that you never had starting off in January. You just have to be determined. It would take sacrifice. It could deny you, that meal you want to eat, that pair of shoes you want to buy, or that hairdo you want to do, or that weave you want to buy. But make that sacrifice today so you can enjoy it later on in the future. So doing that, the consistency behind it is what is going to help you. Now, if you do, for example, $300 every month over 10 to 15 years with a good, account that would earn you growth and is compounding, that can turn into tens of thousands for you of dollars. Now, combine that with appreciation, with compounding, with income generation, which we'll come to, and your net worth starts to increase. That's wealth building. It's not always loud. It's not always fast. It's not overnight. It's a steady increase in your net worth, a steady increase in your assets. And it takes a lot of determination, a lot of intentionality behind it. Not just saying the words, but putting action behind it. So the last reason why we really, 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 really need to consider buying assets this year is what I call income generation. This is where your assets does not just sit. It actually pays you. What do I mean by that? It pays you. Even when you're not working, you're not doing anything on the asset, it's paying you. That is how you move from active income to passive income. You're earning money passively. A good example is, say you own a rental property. Every month, your tenant pays you $1,500 in rent. After expenses, maybe you get to keep around $400 to $500 to your name. That is passive income coming to you generated from a piece of asset. You're not trading your time for that money every day. You are not doing any heavy lifting, but that asset is still producing income for you. And now imagine if you then decide to trade that property, that's even more money coming in for you. Another example is if you decide to invest in dividend stocks, dividend paying stocks. There are dividend stocks that pay you every month, every quarter, annually as well. Every quarter, every month, however how it's structured, depending on the type of dividend you buy, you receive payments passively. All you have to do is just buy a piece of that stock or even a slice of it. You don't have to own the whole thing. So just for owning this investments, that's income generation, making money passively. How beautiful would that be if you start that for yourself? And if you're a parent, how beautiful would that be if you start that for your child, for your kids? Taking advantage of time for them, letting that money just grow. As you're earning dividends on that stock, it's reinvested. You're buying more of that shares, more of that stock that is paying you more dividends. You're not going to the store or going to a brick and mortar building to, do any heavy lifting or any active operation. That is passive money coming into you. That's income generation. Your money is working even when you're not. Literally, every quarter, the dividend is being deposited into your account. And if you're smart about it, you reinvest it. Just let it sit there. Let that money work for you. Let's begin to have the mentality of letting our money work for you. Stop working for your money. Start building things around you in the economy that make money work for you. That's how you move from income earning to wealth building. And it does take time, but don't put it off till tomorrow. Start today. Now, let's consider a few things as we're talking about this. If you have any questions, please, please, please do well to leave it in the chat, and also give this video a thumbs up. I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. Give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. So let's look at how we can avoid financial drains, the liabilities. How can we avoid the liabilities? Liabilities are not always avoidable. I know. Most especially in the economy, society we live in here in the US. But very important is unmanaged liabilities will drain you. If you do not manage them, they will drain you and they will control you for the rest of your life. And if you're not careful, it will even transition to your children, your family, after you're no longer here, meaning after you die. Creditors are still able to go after your asset. Most importantly, if you don't have a will in place or a trust. So let's make sure that we are controlling these financial drains. We want to manage them so it doesn't drain you. It doesn't zap every ounce of money, every dollar, every penny you make, every single bill you make. Either you're making money passively or actively. So here's how we want to do this. Number one, I want you to increase your awareness. Yes, let's start there. Because nothing changes without financial awareness. You cannot build wealth with money that you are not paying attention to. Your numbers always tell a story. How are your numbers looking? Many people are earning, but they don't actually know where their money is going. And if you don't know where your money is going, you can't control it. It's just like saying that, okay, you get in your car and you have an ad, you want to go out, but you don't know your destination, but you know you want to go out. How are you going to how are you going to get there? What's the map? You want to build wealth, but you don't have any strategy. You want to build wealth, but you're working so hard, but you don't have any process, any structure in place to get you to that number, to that place where you determine that, yes, I am wealthy. Because everyone's definition of wealth in terms of numbers, in terms of what you acquire, is different. You cannot build wealth with money that you're not paying attention to. What is your financial roadmap? What is your financial roadmap? If you don't know where your money is going, you cannot control it. You cannot even use it. It cannot work for you. Awareness is not about restriction. It's not about being rigid about your finances. No. But you just need to be clear. You just need that strategy. You need something that will start you off. And as life changes happen, make sure you go back and you reflect, you make changes, you make tweaks, changes here and there. Don't just leave things to chance. Know where your money is going. Know where your money is going. It's very, very important. And secondly, I want to talk about delayed decisions. Delayed decisions. Many of us, this one right here is it sounds simple and really easy to do, but it's very, very important. Very, very important and very powerful. Delay your decisions. Not every purchase needs to happen right away. I think I mentioned this in my last video from last week. Yeah. Not every purchase needs to happen immediately. In today's world, everything is designed to make you act fast. They even give you promotional deals. Buy it now or you lose it later, 50% off this piece of furniture or this piece of jewelry. Limited time, only a few left. Has anyone seen those promos on the screen or on your way out with the sign, the billboards on your phone, the pop-ups? Buy now. Many websites now even give you payment options, buy now, pay later, to make it easy for you. A piece of item that you bought that cost you maybe $500 original cost, if you do that plan, it can eventually cost you double, 1,000. And before you think, you've already spent that money. Please, urgency is one of the biggest enemies of wealth. It can wait. Sleep on it. 24 hours, 48 hours. Pace yourself. Do not make financial decisions when your back is against the wall, because that is when we make horrible decisions that we pay for the rest of our lives. When you make rushed decisions, you don't always make wise decisions. So what does delaying decisions look like? When I say delay your decisions, pause before you make that purchase. Give yourself 24 hours, 48 hours. Let the emotions settle. If it's a vendor, door-to-door salesman, let him come back. Leave your flyer, your flyer and your brochure and your quote, your price quote. I'll get back to you. Oh yes, if you buy it today, yeah, I know. I'll get back to it. I need to review it. I need to review my numbers. Let the emotions settle, because many purchases feel right in that very moment. You say, it makes sense. I think I can do it. We can afford it. Honey, I think we can do it. But months down the line, you begin to find out about things that, oops, we didn't know this was in the contract. Or did we really need this? This was so unnecessary. Why did we sign up for this? I want you to ask better questions. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this purchase necessary? Can we live without it? Is it a need or a want? Does this come in agreement with your goals as a family, as a business, as an organization, as a person? 10 years from now, even next year, will this purchase still matter? Will it still be important for me to get it? Can I live without it? Will a new design come out the following year? Ask yourself these questions. Separate your emotions from every financial decisions you're about to make. Don't buy based on your emotions. Sometimes we're not buying because we need it. We are buying because we are being controlled by our emotions, our feelings, or we want to please our kids, or we want to please our family, or we want that desired look. Many of us, spending is our response to how we feel. But when you delay and you sleep on it, you pause, you reflect on it, you do your research, you do your findings. Can I buy this for cheaper? Can I buy this for half off? Maybe during the holidays. Do I really need it? When you delay, you regain control of your finances. Give yourself financial space, space to think, space to choose wisely, space to protect your future self. Don't be that person that is already spending their retirement money today, or your kids' college tuition today, or your business income, your business investments today. Not everything you want, you need right now. And learn to wait. Waiting is a sign of financial maturity. Waiting is a sign of financial maturity. Prioritize assets first. Prioritize assets first this year. Before you upgrade your lifestyle, prioritize your assets. What assets are you building? This is where many of us, we get it twisted, we get it backwards. Our income increases, and what do? We go increase our expenses. Bigger car, meaning more higher cost in fuel and gas. Because when you get a bigger car, gas costs more, maintenance costs more. A new lifestyle, new commitments, but no new assets to our names. And that's why the money doesn't stay. Pay yourself first this year. Before your bills, before your spending, yes, you heard me. Pay yourself first. Set aside money. You can automatically deposit that money into that separate account of investment or savings to build your assets, to build your investments, to build those opportunities. Because if you don't prioritize it today, it will not happen. Take advantage of time today. Build so you can enjoy your tomorrow. Build for today. Build today so you can enjoy your tomorrow. Your tomorrow could mean December. It could mean next year. It could mean 5 years from now. Things are changing. Things are evolving in the economy today. Build first. Delay that enjoyment, because enjoyment without structure leads to stress later on that might even impact your health. So instead of your salary funding everything, let your assets start contributing. That's how you shift from working for money to money supporting your lifestyle. Start thinking long term, not just for the moment, living for the very moment, the present. Think long term. Structure things around that. So I want you to make the intentional decision to make one decision at a time. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 2, it says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, because you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. That speaks to building, that speaks to preparing and positioning yourself wisely today. When you prioritize your assets first, you stop living paycheck to paycheck and you start building something that you enjoy and outlives you as well. If you take nothing else from today's conversation, take this. Slow down your decisions. Sleep on it. Pause. Do your research. Ask yourself critical questions. If possible, get an accountability partner on this journey and speed up your asset building this year. Build your assets. That's how you create real financial change. That's how you say you are matured financially. Reduce those financial leaks. Reduce those financial leaks. This is the last way I want to share with you on how to avoid financial drains. Reduce the financial leaks. Many people overlook this a lot because sometimes it's not what you don't make enough. It's not that you don't make enough money. It's a lot of things are taking your money away from your hands much faster than you realize. It's not the big expenses. It's the little small consistent funds being zapped from your bank account, or you're spending in cash and you're not even aware of it. A leak doesn't look dangerous at first. It's a subscription here. It's a food order here, a quick meal order, a small it's just $20. Let's just get that. It's just a small fee here. But when it happens on a consistent basis, daily, weekly, monthly, it becomes a pattern. And patterns determine your financial outcome. $20 on a daily basis, that's $140 right there. Audit your subscriptions. Start here. Go to your bank statements and ask, what am I paying for every single month? Many bank apps now will literally give you a summary on your expenses. They will use a pie chart, they will categorize it for you, interpret your spending habit for you. Take advantage of those things. Some of them you've even forgotten about. The membership fees, the apps, that we're not even using, or we're just paying month to month. But they are still taking your money. Coverages that you don't even need. Cancel what no longer serves you today. Watch out for the convenience spending. Yes, convenience is expensive. The soft life, we call it. The soft life. The soft life, convenience is expensive with the food delivery, the takeout, the Amazon, I'm sorry, I said Amazon, the Amazon delivery, the drop shipping. I mean, everything. You order everything online and literally they'll drop it at your front door. The last minute purchases, it feels small. $20 here, $30 there, but over time it adds up significantly. So let's be conscious about that. Sometimes what we call convenience is costing us in the long run. It's costing us. Identify those silent habits. These are the things that you don't question anymore. The daily coffee runs. Yes. The online scrolling. And then you keep adding to your cart. And then you check out without even thinking about it. It's become part and parcel of us. They feel normal. But normal does not always mean it's good for you. Delete those apps. Remove your credit cards from those accounts so you're not auto paying on those shopping items, on those online items. Set spending boundaries. Give yourself a limit. I'm not saying restrict yourself, but put structure in place. Decide how much you want to spend on a weekly basis. What categories need control? Are you eating out more often than you are cooking? Are you shopping online? Do you have more clothes than you even need, or shoes? Not just for yourself, for your family. What categories need control? Because money without boundaries flows out without any intention. If you don't give your funds an assignment, a task, a job to do, it will find a job for itself. It will reallocate itself, it will reassign itself, it will find something doing, which is always going to be spending. Liabilities. Spending, spending, spending. So I want you to replace these financial leaks with intentional decisions. Every dollar leaving your account should have a purpose, an assignment. The phrases, the questions we're asking ourselves, where did my money go to? I just got paid, but the money's gone. Let's stop thinking and living in that pattern and start saying things like, this is where I choose to send my money. This is how I choose to invest my money. This is how I choose to save my money. That is financial control. That is financial maturity. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2, now it is required that those who have been given a trust must prove faithful. Your money is a resource that you are accountable to. How you manage it matters very much. If God can trust you with a little, how much more will He trust you with much more, with abundance of it? So please, let's make sure that this year we are growing financially with wisdom. Wealth is not only built by what you earn, it is protected by what you keep, what you own, what is in your name, what you're able to keep, what you can sustain. That is wealth. So before you try to make more money, make sure you're not losing the money you already have. Put structure, have a system, have a financial roadmap. When you increase awareness, delay unnecessary decisions, when you prioritize assets over liabilities, and when you reduce all these financial leaks, that's when you begin to take control of your finances. That is essentially when you begin to control your finances and start building wealth intentionally. In the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 10, it says, whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. Simply said, wealth building takes time. Wealth also requires decisions, small decisions, wise decisions, step by step. So let me leave you with this. Every financial decision you make, make sure that you are making it the right way, making sure that it's aligning with your goals. It's aligning with your financial future, your future self. Where do you see yourself a year from now? How do you want your finances to look like? You don't build wealth by accident. You build it with intention. You don't build it with accident. It's not sudden. No, you have to be intentional about it. So here are some key takeaways I do want you to leave from today's conversation. Wealth is not income. It's not your paycheck. You have to build it. What are you building? and what are you keeping? Assets grow your future. Liabilities can delay your future. They take from you. They drain you. Awareness changes everything around you, changes the way you think about your money, changes the way you react to your money, the way you see your money, the way you plan your money. All these decisions, no matter how small, they matter. They matter towards your goal. So I really, really want to oblige you. If this really, really connected with you today, do well to connect with us. If you're ready to move forward, if you need some guidance around building wealth, around, reviewing your numbers, making that, giving you some sense of clarity around your finances, giving you the tools that you need to structure your finances this year. Take advantage of the free wealth plan discovery session that we have going on. Let's build a strategy that works for you, that works for your business, that works for your family and your future self. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till that next financial bill comes in. Don't wait till the next global crisis happens before you start putting your numbers together or setting things in motion. Don't wait till you lose your job. Don't wait till the next global crisis before you wake up and get things done. Take the time out today. Book your session. The link is in the bio, is in the description section of this video. And if you're on Instagram watching me, the link is also in my bio section as well. Take advantage of it. Let's help you build a strategy that works for you. I do see awesome. Okay. Sorry. I see some comments in the comment section. Thank you, Miss Cheeks. Beautiful. That will be excellent. Yes, the video is out there. You can always go back on my YouTube channel to watch the replay. Again, these are good content for you to just go back and rewatch them. It's free. And share. Please do well to share. If we don't have any questions for today, I'd love to end it here. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining. I was disciplined to know my needs from my wants. Awesome. And that would help you in the long run, over time, day by day. It's going to help you. So, thank you so much. Yes, we are still here. Again, the video will be available for everyone to go back and rewatch. And let's not just listen, let's also be doers. It's always very, very important that we take the right actions behind everything we learn, behind everything we acquire. So putting the right things in order is very important. Let's not just hear, but let's also be doers. Of everything we have gathered on today's live. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, or you can always send me a DM, and I'll be more than glad to give you the resources or tools that you need to help you in your financial journey. The goal here is to help one another. No family left behind. Yes, no household left behind. No person left behind. Let's not just sit and not do anything. There are so many tools out there that we can leverage. Ask questions before it's too late, because tomorrow you might not get the opportunity to do what you really want to do. But start where you are. Don't fold your arms and do nothing. Start where you are. Start with where you are and do it. Encourage yourself. If you have to get an accountability partner with you, get someone to help you on that journey. But do not do nothing. That is the greatest mistake you can do to yourself. Don't do nothing. Do something today. Every little drop makes a mighty ocean. Every little drop makes a mighty ocean. So start dropping those drops today. Start buying those assets, acquire more of them, shed off a lot of your liabilities. Let them go piece by piece. Don't acquire more. Okay. So thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you all on today's live. My information is being displayed on the screen. If you have any questions, do well to connect with us. Would love to hear from each and every one of you. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your thumbs up on the video. Thank you for sharing, for subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. God bless. Bye for now.